Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to take apart your Mr. Coffee Frappe coffee maker. So I've done a detailed review on this coffee maker. It's a really nice one with the Frappe blender on the side, but I've had a lot of viewers say that theirs stops working. So I'm going to show you how to take it apart. So before you begin, they're really not meant to be worked on, but I am going to show you how to take it apart and show you what I think the problem is. So you're going to need a long number 2 Phillips screwdriver, and you're also going to need you're going to need a star bit, a T10. It's like I call them star bits, but. And so before you begin, make sure you unplug it. Okay, so there's some screws you got to take apart. The T10s are kind of like on the sides, and then the Phillips are like long. They're down in these holes right here. Here's where the long Phillips are, here, 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 and here. And the T's are here, 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 here. Once you get those off, this bottom piece will come off relatively easy. It does show you what's going on inside. Next, on this control board, take this screw out, right there, and that loosens up this control board. Next, there's a screw right here and a screw right here. You're going to have to take those two out so that we can take this bottom panel off. But in order to do that, you got to give some slack to this ribbon cable. So pull the ribbon cable over, and now this is loose, and then we can rotate this big piece out of the way. Okay, so now after this is where it gets a little trickier, because here's the heating element down in this long chamber here. There's the heating element, and there's the thermostat. The thermostat is probably what's going bad, but getting to that is really tricky. So I'm not sure if you want to stop at this point and you're not going to be able to fix it, or if I am going to show you on and go on here. Okay, so before we go too much further, let's check the thermostat and see if it's open. So there's the heating element. If your heating element heats up too much, that thermostat will open. So you're going to need a multimeter that checks continuity. So put your probes together. See how that's 1.1 ohms. And then when they're open, it's overload or open line. So you're going to put one part of the multimeter on one side of the thermostat and see that wire poking out on the other side. So I've got continuity. I got 1.5 ohms. My thermostat is good. And like I said, my machine is working. But there's been a lot of viewers who have said that theirs have stopped working. So if you've got an open line or an overload on your multimeter, then that thermostat is bad. So I am going to try to take it out. So there's 2 screws on this metal bracket here. Let's take those 2 screws out. And then I am going to have to take this Phillips screw. They're way down in there. There's 3 of them. They're way down in there. Right there, and right there. So again, those 3 screws may be the point that you may not be able to get those back on, that way down in there. But we are going to have to take some wires off. So let's take the white wire here, comes off of this control board. Okay, so this white one and this black one, they don't want to pull off. I feel like I'm going to break it. Yeah, it's really not meant to be worked on. If you could get those wires off, and you would have to cut this splice here to get this blue one off, because the blue one is just in this splice here. So you have to re-splice all those wires when you're done. Then you could take those 3 Phillips off down there, and then you could pull that whole assembly off through the top, and then you could replace that thermostat, but I'm just not going to do it, and I don't recommend doing it. You're just going to have to contact Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee is hard to contact. Their office is closed a lot, but you are going to have to get a replacement from them, because there's not really anything you can fix on this. So I wish I could be more help, but you know, it could be this control board is bad. But normally with a Mr. Coffee maker, when it doesn't work, it's the thermostat just opens up. Okay, so I will try to see if you can reset it. I'm going to get a mirror. No, I don't see a reset on it. Sometimes there's a hole you can press. You can put a paper clip through a hole and you can reset it, but I just don't see anything like that on it. Yeah, I was able to get a better look with this mirror. There's no reset on it. It's got the word 19 or 16 on it. So I'm going to put mine back together. Mine is still working. And sorry I couldn't be more help. Thanks everybody for watching.